And this is your approved curly girl routine for someone without a lot of energy, but who does want a lot of sass, who wants a lot of body, who wants a lot of bounce, a lot of shine in her hair. This is my hair with my lazy curly girl routine. It's also what I think most people would call damaged. I flat iron my hair most of the time for the last couple months. So the fact that I still have this much curl to me is a miracle in itself. But it's not by coincidence, it's by design. And this is my hair when I didn't do any heat for like 7 years. And I also had done like some curly girl method routines. I was really on it with the curl. I did my plop. But even then, at my height of my curly girl era, I didn't really do the satin pillowcase. Like I had like 1 or 2, but were they on my pillow that often? Not as often as they should be. And at some point I even tried to lighten my own hair and it did turn orange and then eventually melted off. My bad. So I still didn't do everything perfectly and I felt like my hair was big. She was big, beautiful, and I had a lot more of those ringlets. I still have them, mostly in the back of my hair though. And then these curls are looser as they get towards the front. But I do feel like my current routine has changed how damaged my hair is. Now I feel like everything that is grown out now, since I've been doing this routine, I feel like it's still decently curly. I also don't really style it. Like I brushed and combed it in the shower and that was it. I didn't do any twirling of the finger thing. I didn't use an extra brush, although I do really like the Denman brush kind of vibes. I felt like that gave me beautiful ringlets with not a lot of work, but the work did lay in the brush for me because I could take it apart and clean it, which I like. That's one of the reasons I got it, but I had to clean it every time I used it because, you know, I'm using it when my hair was wet with product. It was molding every time I used it, so I had to clean it every shower, and my husband did it for me, thank you, because my fingers didn't have the dexterity and the accuracy to put all the little things back in the little holes. Now I just use this brush, the little wet brush thing, because it's very easy for me to clean and I wanted to be able to take responsibility of that on my own. Also, it is pink. 2 things. 1, I have a histamine issue. It's a health thing. I will break out in hives and rashes, itching, high temperatures, pain, end up in the hospital because of having something that you would call an allergic reaction. Technically, it's not. It doesn't really matter. The point is that I get allergic to things out of nowhere for any reason, and that can even include smells. Haha, crazy. I agree. So my health is quite fragile. I'm fragile, and my hair seems to actually be decently fragile. Like I think it's pretty thin, like the actual hair. I have a lot of hair, but it's thin. So the other thing that I want you to know is just because it's a lazy hair routine and I am prioritizing like my health and my energy levels, that doesn't mean that the look isn't also right up here, because all of my self-confidence lies in whether or not I'm having a good hair day, okay? Period. Also, even though I don't really care about my hair, like I'm ready to chop it off, it's not like I'm chopping off an arm. You know, I've done the big chop like 5 times already in my life. And now I go ahead and just apply heat to it all willy-nilly. I'm like, so what if it damages the hair, right? Like this is just dead cells. The actual live part of the hair that really matters to me is underneath the skin. It is tied in with my health. I am still invested in the health of my hair because, you know, genetics, stress, alopecia, balding, these things can happen, and maybe I've already had some of these things happen a little bit to me and did a whole nother big chop and said, ooh, let's start over. Let's pretend that didn't happen. So to me, this is a quick routine. It makes sense for my health, my energy, but also it gives me results that I'm happy with, whether I want to wear it curly or if I just want to come out of the shower, dry it, and apply 400 degrees of heat to it. Did I tell you that I burned my hand the other day? I was flat ironing my hair and then I dropped it and I went to go catch it and I catched it in the middle. Ah! My body to brain, not as good as the normal person. So it took me a minute. Like I thought about it first before I felt anything. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I just did that. And I had that whole thought first before I let go. So even though I spent an enormous amount of time in this bathroom, I don't want it ever to be because of my hair, okay? 3 products, pretty cheap. 1 brush. This is not the deciding factor on whether or not your hair is good, so it's not necessary. What I do first is I shampoo my hair. This is the shampoo I am currently using. I like it. I've used it for years, and it doesn't make me break out. After I shampoo my hair, and they say to focus it like, where it gets oily, and don't necessarily just like shampoo out your whole entire head, because the oils and stuff haven't traveled down yet. And so these can get out dried, over dried, if you will. And that's not usually what we're going for. We're looking for moisturized, curly, bouncy hair, or moisturized, shiny hair, either way. After a shampoo, I put in a mask, hair mask, not conditioner. I do have conditioner if I so want to use it, but I put on a mask and I go ahead and let it sit there for 5 to 10 minutes. And I have a good old time. I have Spotify on my phone and I have a waterproof phone case. So I'm good for 10 minutes. And usually this is also the point where I will run my brush through this, get the product through all the little strands, have a good old time. I love a good brushing. And then that's kind of that. Then I can wash my brush out in the shower. It's easier and faster to comb and brush my hair out when I'm in the shower. So I have 2 things that I use in the shower. I guess they're meant for the shower. I don't know. And then I rinse this out. I don't leave it in. And when I get out, I use a cotton t-shirt to dry my hair. Sometimes I use towels. They're a little bit more rough, and my hair is fragile, so I do feel like it breaks my hair a wee bit more. But I also have lots of my husband's shirts that he refuses to get rid of when he needs to. So I tend to take a lot of those, feeling no guilt. And then I do a little plappy plop, ploppy plop. When I want to wear my hair curly, I let it air dry. I do have a diffusery thing. I don't think I've used it in the last 5 years. So does it count that I even have it? I don't know. Today, I put just a wee bit of this. I also have just like normal conditioner, some leave-in conditioner, that I'll just maybe put a little bit in the ends if I feel like, just a little. And then I use this product, which will be a curveball for many of you, but aloe vera gel. Then I'll use aloe vera gel. I think aloe vera gel is a great thing to use. One, it has no added fragrance, which is great for me. Also, it claims to be the fruit of the earth. And I feel like, wow, that's a title. Should mean something, right? I feel like this helps lock the moisture in for a wee bit, but also allows it to dry. It can also dry with a little bit of cast, depending on how much you put on, I guess. And then you just break the cast after it dries. To me, this is the secret sauce. Try it out for yourself. And if I really want to use an oil, I'll use a jojoba oil. And this is certified organic 100% jojoba oil. And I just got this huge thing from Walmart. But I don't usually use the oil, to be honest. I kind of stop at the fruit of the earth. And if I just want to wear my hair straight, I just don't put any aloe vera gel in it. I let it dry and then I straighten it. Are these 2 products my favoriteest products in the world? No. However, they work perfectly fine for their job. And I wanted to make sure I picked products that I can get anywhere, which for me, that important one was the conditioner. And this conditioner is Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture, I can find at any drugstore. I can find it any Walmart. I have never had a hard time finding Shea Moisture. And that's important to me because I have had times in my life where I'm spontaneous. I'm at someone else's house. I go somewhere for the weekend. I run out of shampoo on vacation. Shampoo, conditioner, whatever. I run out of shampoo and conditioner on vacation. And that is not the time to try something new. It's not the time to use someone else's that you've never used before, use their hair stuff, and then boom, I have a full body rash. We do not want rashes and hives on vacation. So I wanted something that I know I can use all the time, that is usually always in stock. It is at my little country Walmart, all my little country pharmacy corner stores. They all have this particular product. And I also use their conditioner. This, like anything in this hibiscus, coconut hibiscus, they have conditioner, shampoo, and the mask. And I can use all 3 of those. I cleared them just to make sure. And this thing lasts me like a year. And I have like 50 bottles. I just bought a whole bunch of them. And I take them with me wherever I go. And if I find myself somewhere where I can't get this, I'm not going to lie, I'll use my soap. Because I use like extra good pH balancing soap I have sensitive skin. So it seems to be fine to use in my hair, especially once or twice. For my hair, I feel like the thing that really saves it is the moisture, is the conditioner, is the mask. Specifically, I feel like since I've been using the mask instead of just a conditioner, it's growing out a lot better. And I feel like I can just flat iron as much as I want and then do basically no routine and still have curly hair, which is great because my husband loves it. So every once in a while, I want to give him a little something different, a little something he likes. He says he likes it all, but I know that when we met and when we dated, I wore my hair straight a lot. So I want to give him some of his curly girl wife. That's it. It didn't take a lot of time for me to tell you. It doesn't take a lot of time to do. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It doesn't take a lot of effort and brain power for your husband to learn it so that he can do your hair. What more could you ask for? Thank you for watching my lazy girl, curly girl routine. How much time do you spend in the bathroom?